Okay, welcome back to this is part 4 of our recent Alaska Princess land and cruise tour. This is our train ride, scenic train ride from the Denali Lodge to Whittier to catch our ship, the Grand Princess. The train station is in the Denali National Park, and as you can see, we still have the snow on the ground, cold weather. Make our way over to our car. This is assigned seating, so no rush, no pushing, none of that. You don't have to fight for a spot. Our paperwork said our car was Eklutna, I believe was how it's pronounced, so we'll be boarding that car. They are two-level cars, the scenic seating area on the top and a dining area on the bottom level with two restrooms in each car, also on the bottom level. Now, you know the problems we've talked about with the earlier parts of the land tour, the mismatched hotels, that sort of thing. No problems on this train ride. Alaska did not disappoint. The scenery is beautiful. Weather was great. No complaints at all. And the scenic train ride is great. It's about 9 hours. There is a guide who will conduct pretty much a running commentary and answer questions while you're making the trip. But there's just a ton of stuff to see, and really not a bad seat in the house. I'll let you enjoy some of the scenery here. And even though it was a 9 hour ride, it was comfortable. It was a pleasant ride. Cars are not overcrowded. You can get up, move around if you want to. At first, I guess I thought, oh Lord, a 9 hour train ride, this is going to be boring. It wasn't. It really wasn't. It passed rather quickly. Pleasant conditions. There is also a bartender who is at the front of the car. He will take your drink orders during the train ride. He'll keep a running tab about an hour before you reach Whittier. You'll settle up with him. You do take credit cards, it's not a problem. Um, Now, toward the end of the ride, he did run out of a few items, which again is pretty much what we've come to expect from Princess on this particular trip. Not enough to really complain about. Now, I will say this: if you do have mobility issues, this would be very difficult for you because there's a very narrow circular stairway to get to the upper level and back down. Um, it would probably be very difficult for people with those types of issues. So be aware of that as well. In a moment, we'll see the lower level, the dining car. We did eat both breakfast and lunch on board the train. And basically, they come and get an idea, kind of a head count of how many people are going to be wanting to come down for each meal. And then they call you down in groups because it's kind of limited seating. But there's really not a major wait at all. It moves very quickly. It's very efficient, as is the drink service. It was a pleasant trip. Again, as you can see, the scenery just is fantastic. It is beautiful. Now, this footage is combined. We used three different cameras for the trip. Most of the stuff is GoPro Hero 7 Black, which I believe this part of the footage is. There's also some that was shot with an Olympus TG5 all-weather camera, and a bit with iPhone 13 minis. All of them were set for 1080p, 60 frames per second, so the videos are pretty consistent. This is the dining car, um, where we came down for both breakfast and lunch. Again, limited menu, but perfectly adequate as far as choices go. Food was fine. No complaints again at all. View is equally nice from the lower section as it is from up top. And fortunately, the folks who were traveling with on this particular car all were very agreeable and talkative people, and everybody got along very well. I would say that the pace is it's leisurely. Certainly not a high speed train, and I know it's done purposely because you're here for the view and you want to get as much of the view as you can get. Um, Certainly are faster ways to get from Denali to Whittier, but this is well worth doing. There was only one brief stop in Anchorage on the way to Whittier where we stopped just to offload, I think, garbage, that sort of thing. It just took a few moments. Um, but again, everywhere we got to see was interesting. And as I say, with the problems we've discussed so far with Princess on this particular trip, and in future videos, you'll see that there were some issues as well on board ship. But certainly shouldn't deter anyone from taking an Alaska cruise. I would simply say, perhaps look at another line. Um, our previous trip to Alaska was on Celebrity. Enjoyed it as well. And I'm quite sure we'll go to Alaska again, no doubt. Perhaps a different time of the year. I doubt seriously at this point that we would do Princess again. And in our upcoming videos, we'll certainly take a look at some of the stops we made on the cruise, a little bit about the ship, that sort of thing. Um, and you draw your own conclusions. If you've been on a cruise before, you know what to look for. As we get closer to Whittier, scenery changes just a bit, but still very, very impressive. There's not a lot to Whittier when you get there. I think it was built during the Second World War as um, an offloading facility for supplies, that sort of thing. And not a lot there now, but that's where the cruise ships dock if you're catching a cruise out of the Anchorage area. We've gained a few new subscribers from these videos. Very much appreciated. Don't normally ask people to subscribe, but if you do, we certainly appreciate it. We need as many subscribers as we can get, and so we appreciate each and every one of you. This is the scene as we get closer to Whittier. Shortly, you'll see as we board the ship, and simple process, No issues at all. They were waiting for us. They were ready. Everything went smoothly. So again, we hope you are enjoying these videos. We're pleased with the views we're getting, and we'll bring you some more. We've got several more to bring you, and I'll try to get them back on track. We've been out of town for a little while, but we're back now. We're back to working. Here we are arriving at the dock in Whittier, boarding the ship, and going aboard the Grand Princess. So hang around and join us for our future videos about the cruise and the ship. Thanks again.